Everyone, welcome to SBSA's channel for Lesson 3 on Vedic Astrological Birth Charts. In our Lesson 2, I spoke about the accuracy of Vedic system of astrology over Western system of astrology. Starting today, I'll be discussing about basics of Vedic birth charts, and in today's lesson, I'll show you how to identify an ascendant and to count the 12 houses with respect to zodiac signs. Let's discuss about some basics related to birth charts. This is the Western astrological chart. Here circle 1 represents the zodiac signs. Circle 2 represents the planetary positions of respective zodiac signs. And circle 3 represents the aspects. I feel personally this is very confusing. At the same time it's very difficult to understand and make the natives to understand, because you can see different colorings from different planets to different planets. This makes really confusing. The circle 3 tells us about the moon is watching Jupiter, and Rahu is aspecting to Ketu, and Mercury is aspecting to Mars and things like that. But however, you can see the lines which are very minute and we never know what's going on here. So I personally feel this format is a bit confusing. But whereas if you take this Vedic astrological birth chart, you can see very clearly that the planetary alignments or planetary positions at various zodiac signs which has occupied, and also you can see the aspects very clearly. For example, this birth chart, it shows that Ketu is aspecting to Rahu and Rahu is aspecting to Ketu together, and Rahu aspecting to Venus as well as Sun. So this is very easy to understand what's going on and who is seeing who, and we can analyze and evaluate based on the planetary positions. This is just to show you how different the Vedic astrological birth charts are from Western astrological birth charts. Same thing goes here. If you see in the Vedic astrological birth charts of South Indian and North Indian formats, which I mentioned there, and when compared with the Western astrological birth charts, you can see clearly the aspects of Rahu there. Rahu is aspecting to Ascendant, Ketu as well as Jupiter. However, you can't able to know what's going on here in circle 3 of the Western astrological birth chart, as there are too many colorings and too many lines. It makes the native to a bit difficult to understand. So you can see how the aspects are made easy in this Vedic astrological chart. As Vedic astrology is made easy and accurate, we will now stick to the Vedic astrology and will discuss further. In general, these Vedic astrological charts, referred as Divan chart, Rashi Kundli chart, or general native chart, or natal chart. We have two formats in Vedic astrological birth charts. Those are Vedic South Indian format and North Indian format birth charts. Both are actually same, but just that the representation is a bit different with respect to the placement of ascendant and the numbering of houses. I will show in detail how the South Indian format and North Indian format birth charts look like. This is the format of Vedic birth chart in South Indian format. Here you can see the table that are divided into 12 parts. In an astrological terms, they are called as houses. that have zodiac signs starting from Aries to Pisces, and you can also see the planets that rules over the zodiac signs. And the colors you can see here are for the reason. Those are the favorite colors of the planets. Sun and the Moon rules over one zodiac sign, whereas other 5 planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn, rules over 2 zodiac signs. You can see here in the chart, Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo, and green is the favorite color of Mercury. Moon rules over Cancer, Sun rules over Leo, Mars rules over Scorpio and Aries, and red is the favorite color of Mars. Jupiter rules over Sagittarius and Pisces. Venus rules over Taurus and Libra. Pink is the favorite color of Venus. And finally, Saturn rules over Aquarius and Capricorn. Black is the favorite color of Saturn. Rahu and Ketu, which are north and south nodes of the moon, were not given any rulership over the signs. In Vedic astrology, always you should look at the zodiac sign where your moon is placed in your birth chart, as that represents your Vedic zodiac sign. Western system follows your sun placements in the chart, whereas Vedic system follows your moon placement in the chart. For example, my Vedic sign is Virgo. However, my Western sign is Aquarius. So one has to be careful about their Vedic zodiac sign. The zodiac sign placement is same for everyone, that is Aries to Pisces, and this is the pattern that Vedic system follows. However, what changes of course is the planetary placements at the time you were born. As we discussed in Lesson 1, planets are not constant bodies, they keep moving. If you go to any astrologer, he first draws these charts, and based on the calculations, he puts respective planets at different zodiac signs. Always the numbering of the house should be from ascendant lord, and it should go from the clockwise direction. So here the ascendant is Scorpio, so the Scorpio is in first house, and Sagittarius is in second house, and Capricorn is in third house, fourth house is Aquarius, and fifth house is your Pisces, and goes on to till 12th house as Libra. And this is how we should count the houses in South Indian format of Vedic birth charts. I will talk about the aspects later. So let's talk about a North Indian Vedic birth chart. The birth chart have 12 parts, which are nothing but the houses. In each house, you can see the numbering, which is in red color. That denotes the zodiac signs. And also note that whichever the house that the ascendant lord is placed will be your first house, and the counting should be from the anti-clockwise direction in the North Indian format of Vedic birth charts. And here you can see the ascendant is placed in number 4, which is nothing but Cancer. So the native is Cancer ascendant. And the ascendant, let me talk more about the ascendant. Ascendant is nothing but the sign that is rising from the east at the time when you are born. This ascendant plays a major role in Vedic astrology, as that talks about yourself and your personality. For example, in this birth chart, the ascendant lord is placed in Cancer zodiac sign. So that means the person is Cancer ascendant. And simultaneously the counting goes in an anti-clockwise direction. So the native second house will be number 5, which is nothing but Leo, and third house is number 6, Virgo, and fourth house is in Libra, and so on to till 12th house, which has the number 3, that is Gemini. And so this is how you should count your houses. Let me explain you much better way by showing an example. Here you can see the South Indian and North Indian format of Vedic birth charts. And you can see the ascendant lord is in the sign of Sagittarius, number 9 zodiac sign. So Sagittarius will be your first house, and second house is occupied by Sun, which is in the sign of Capricorn, and third house will be your Aquarius, which is occupied by Venus, and the fourth house will be Pisces, and the fifth house will be Aries, wherein which the planets occupied were Saturn, Rahu and Moon, and your sixth house is Taurus, and seventh house is Gemini, eighth house is Cancer, and ninth house is Leo, 10th house is Virgo, and 11th house is Libra, which is occupied by Ketu and Jupiter, and 12th house, which is Scorpio, occupied by No 1. And this is how we should count your houses with respect to the zodiac signs and the planetary positions. And here is another example, which is ascendant lord is in the place of Cancer, so the native is Cancer ascendant, and from there your first house should start, and your second house is occupied by Rahu, which is Leo, and the third house is Virgo, occupied by No 1, and fourth house will be Libra, fifth house is Scorpio, and sixth house is Sagittarius, and seventh house is Capricorn, occupied by Jupiter and Saturn, and eighth house is Ketu, occupied at zodiac sign of Aquarius, and Venus, which is occupied in Pisces, which is your ninth house, and 10th house is occupied by zodiac sign Aries, which is occupied by No 1, and your 11th house is in Taurus, occupied by the planets Sun and Mercury, and 12th house is in the sign of Gemini, occupied by Moon. And this is how you should calculate your houses with respect to planetary positions and the respective zodiac signs. Let me give a small test to you. So I will just remain silent for 30 seconds and I will give you an answer. So you can see the charts of South Indian, North Indian Vedic birth charts. Can you just tell me where the ascendant lord is placed? Yes, that's right. So the ascendant lord is placed in sign of Libra. So Libra will be your first house, and your second house is Scorpio, and your third house is Sagittarius, and so on. And your 10th house will be in the sign of Cancer, which is occupied by Rahu, and your 12th house is in the sign of Virgo, which is occupied by No 1. So and this is how you should calculate your houses with respect to zodiac signs and the planetary positions. Let me give you another exercise. So just tell me where exactly the ascendant lord is being placed. That's right. Ascendant lord is placed in the sign of Aquarius. So this is North Indian format of Vedic birth chart. So I told you should go in anti-clockwise direction. So your 11th zodiac sign will be your first house, and your 12th zodiac sign, that is Pisces, which is occupied by Rahu and Saturn, will be your second house. And the third house will be the Aries, which is occupied by Venus, and your 11th house will be your Sagittarius, occupied by Moon, and your 12th house will be Capricorn, occupied by no one. This is how you should analyze your birth chart with respect to the houses and the planetary positions and the zodiac signs. So that's all for today, friends, and thanks for listening to my video, and I hope it's helped. And my next lesson I'll be discussing more in detail about the houses. See you. Bye bye.